It is now the year 1730 and our empire has grown in Central Europe as we expand into Central Italy and into the African coastline and into Palestine. Now with the Ottomans backed into a corner with Maratha Confederacy on the other side, they look to try to take back Anatolia. A move that will certainly cost them many lives. Say what you want about the Ottomans, but they do have amazing siege artillery. In this battle, our forces are going to do what the Ottomans do not expect. We are sending a force to sally forth, but they're not even in the fort. We do have a nice contingent in the fort, but they're just chilling like a villain. No, the real force that will be pushing out is a bunch of light dragoons on our left flank, and they will sweep across the battlefield and make quick and decisive blows of the Ottomans, most of which will not even make it into the fort. The Ottomans do, however, manage to get a few units inside the fort, but it is not enough to cause any concern for the main force that is actually lying safely inside the fort, while the rest of the light dragoons take on the majority of the army outside the fort. These hit and run tactics, especially against units that do not have anything but swords, certainly is a punishing experience for the Ottomans to handle. And also in the fort, they just come ill-equipped to handle what we bring to bear. And the battle is ours. So with the Ottoman forces in Anatolia thwarted and massively destroyed, they do, however, have still quite an abundance of forces in our region. And the Italian states continually try to push back our advancement into their region. But luckily we have the speed of our light dragoons, who will quickly take the high ground, and we will continue to whittle down their force until it is practically nothing. However, I will say the Italian states do put up a massively good fight and take down quite a bit of our men. But once again, the speed of our light dragoons to maneuver to flanks, to whittle them down, is just too much for them to handle. So these battles may not be pretty, but we are continuing to whittle down the Italian states' armed forces, which actually and surprisingly has been quite large for the size of a nation that it is. We do, however, take another battle as they push another force at us, and we do take a defeat going back to Venice. But we have a replenished army that is now besieging Rome itself. So the back and forth seesaw battles between the Italian states hopefully can come to a conclusion with this battle, as the Italian states have put up probably the best fight we've faced so far. The Italian states continue to maneuver to our left, not allowing us to encircle them, so we are continually having to shift as they push up the slope of this hill. Luckily, once again, the light dragoons do give us the mobility to stay in front of them, keeping them at least somewhat boxed in, but we are running out of room. Luckily, the constant peppering of shots does help us to slow down their advance, and the slope of the hill will help us if we have to do charges. So it is at this time we do commence the downhill charges, and it is just too much for the Italian states to take as they start mass routing. And there it is, a massive defeat for the Italian states, putting them on their knees. Finally, we can take Rome and a big portion of the Italian states. As Palestine does fall, I guess I spoiled it earlier, but here Palestine does fall, and we do seek a peace treaty with the Ottomans for some tech, and they do accept. We will let the Maratha Confederacy finish them off. We are in a dire strait. We have to push, because just when you think you have the Italian states on the ropes, they pull another army out of their ass that we have to defeat. So annoying, Italian states. So annoying. But luckily, we do have a force strong enough to get the job done. I don't know where the hell they're getting these men from, but it certainly is annoying. And now finally we can see the end of the Italian states, or at least the end of their armed forces, as we will take Rome after this battle. Jeez, it's just painful to see how long it took us to take out the Italian states, but we finally have it done after this, I hope. And decisive victory, and there I think we have it, my friends. Rome has fallen to the Polish-Lithuanian Empire. So sometimes just when you think you are on a roll, Genoa declares war on us. Something to be expected. So we are going to have to take on them. We are again in a time strain. It is 1732. We have to the year 1750 to take Berlin and Vienna. So time is pressing, and dealing with the Spanish and the Genoans is slowing us down. So we must put all effort into it. The Spanish just, again, like the Italian states, pulling armies out their ass is getting annoying. It's not that they're difficult to beat, it's that it's a battle of attrition now and a battle of time, and we cannot afford the time at this point. And I say that because the Austrians are certainly not going to put up no fight whatsoever to give us Berlin and Vienna. So we need all these armies that we're fighting with. We're going to need them in the fight versus the Austrians. Even though they're our ally now, it doesn't mean that we will be friends for long. And so with that, now we send another Spanish army reeling, unfortunately behind our lines, that we have to take care of. But we will now lay siege to Genoa, and oh my god, do they have a lot of men that we will have to deal with. Almost 3,000 to our 1,085, and they bring another one over. Luckily, not all of the armies do partake in this fight, so we get to take them out in piecemeal, which is very nice, as we did add an extra 300 men to our army from our Roman army. So it is a wonderful relief that we are able to take them out one at a time. Even though it still will not be super easy, it does at least give us the ability to not run out of ammo, as would probably have been the case versus 3,000 men. And you can see we are going to continue to fire on the flanks, weakening their flanks. The Genoans are strong on our right, so we will continue to avoid the fight on our right, using our longer range light infantry to hold that flank while we make a push on our left. And finally, we will break that flank after much help from the light dragoons, and then we can sweep the left flank and take this battle home. So battle number 1 against the Genoans is a success. Their army destroyed. They send another small force here to be dealt with. Not much to write home about. So in the year 1733, we end up taking Genoa after that battle. They do still have one region left, but they are landlocked, or locked on that island, and it cannot be of any more nuisance. We do have the one army to deal with, but other than that, our battle with Genoa is finished for now. And with the Ottomans now having a peace treaty, we can focus our energy on Spain. If you do wish to continue on watching the campaign, all you need to do is simply click in the end screen the link to the next video. If it's not there, it will be soon.